Not knowing is scary. People get nervous about it being chemicals, but it is just a relaxer for the eyebrow hair.
I'm Mykaila Williams, and I'm getting brow lamination done today. When I was in elementary school, people used to always make fun of me for my eyebrows. They used to be, super thick, and kids tease. So that was one of the things I got teased for, just being like super hairy and just all types of things, right? As you can see from my baby pictures, I have like a unibrow. When people were making fun of me, they were making fun of the unibrow. First time I heard about brow lamination, I thought of my second grade teacher laminating a piece of paper, and I was very confused. And then I looked it up, thank goodness for Google, and I learned that it's a substance that they put on your eyebrows to relax them, to really give them a shape that you're able to work with. It's exciting to see a procedure that's inclusive of my hair type, and then I can start the conversations about eyebrow hairs in the Black community.
Me being the expert, I just want you to have the most beautiful brows. My name is Kahli Smith, and I'm the owner of Fiction Cosmetic Tattooing in Echo Park, Los Angeles. Brow lamination is breaking down the bond of the hair and making it pliable so you can move it into what direction works best for your aesthetic. It only lasts about 8 to 12 weeks. When I first heard about brow lamination, I was like, what is brow lamination? It's kind of got a crazy name. I've heard it be called many things: brow lift, brow gelling, brow flip. I am not going to do anything that causes harm to your eyebrows or to your eyebrow hair or to your surrounding skin.
People would be surprised. Just because you have thick eyebrows doesn't mean that they are necessarily any easier to take care of, that your maintenance is just, oh, I'm just running out the door because my eyebrows always look good. I'm hoping that this procedure will cut down on that amount of work that I'll need to do. I hope the expert informs me ahead of time about the steps of the procedure, about what's gonna happen. In my journey of tweezing my eyebrows on my own, I've really given them a shape that may not be natural to them. I hope that she's able to take, what I've been tweezing over the past couple of years and make it into something beautiful.
We're gonna start with the first step, which is applying a skin barrier. So it protects the skin from getting any sort of irritation. I am going to apply the next step. The next step is what actually breaks down the bond of the hair so it becomes more pliable. I'll let that process for about 4 minutes, and then I will remove the saran to check on her brow hair. If it seems like the brow hair is not quite pushed down to the skin, I'm gonna wanna process it for a little bit longer. After she processes for 1 to 2 more minutes, I remove that brow product and we apply the next step. The next step is what is going to lock that brow hair into place. I apply that and I let it sit for the same amount of time as the last step. so it's going to process for 6 minutes. I will apply a conditioning treatment to the eyebrows. Since we did just do a little bit of a chemical treatment on the eyebrows, we want to make sure that that hair is getting nourished. I will then ask Mykaila to keep the brow conditioning treatment on for 24 hours.
Wow, they look completely different. Oh my gosh, I love it. After I was done with the treatment, my initial reaction was, whoa, my eyebrows look very different. I did not know how strong it was going to be, whether or not it was gonna work on my eyebrows, my hair type, etc., but it definitely worked.
So with Mykaila, she definitely had a little bit more of coarse, curly hair. We had some that were going this way and some that were going that way. And as she described, she wanted them to all be up and fluffy. We all want that big brow, and it's really cool to see people being able just to love themselves for what they have, doing these procedures to get that big, fluffy, editorial brow that, you know, maybe somebody was once bullied for.
I felt that out of the 3 procedures that I know about eyebrows, this being one of them, this was definitely my favorite. I thought it was super inclusive to my eyebrow hair type. She didn't have to leave the room to get a thicker string and try and, you know, thread it correctly. And I've never tried waxing, but I know that it hurts. I already know that.
With the aftercare, it's very simple. As soon as you leave, you can continue on with your day. We do ask that you keep that brow conditioning treatment on for 24 hours. And we also recommend that you don't get your eyebrows wet for 24 hours.
You just kind of brush down the tips a little bit. Shape them to your liking. And they're still like fluffy, fresh, things like that. But now it's not as, you can kind of see the difference between the 2 brows. Now it's not as like, I could cut my eyebrows if I want, I can shape them, I can see their actual length more, I can like fill them in if I want. I have so many options.
Thank you for watching Refinery29. To watch more videos, click here. To subscribe, click here.